Alright guys, jumping back into the tournament for Gamble and Ether. So we are taking on the Ronso Fangs. Kilka Beast taking on the Albed Sykes. Let's just jump in. So we kind of rolled through the Guado Gories. It wasn't too tough. I can't imagine in any world where the Ronso Fangs would be a tougher match, but we'll see, we'll see. Let's jump in. Alright, so you're going to see Letty start with the ball here. I'm going to kind of push left-ish with Waka. I mean, I guess arguably Waka always pushes like left, you know, by definition. It's where he starts. It's fairly difficult for him to push any other area of the field. But yeah, we're just gonna go for the Aurochs Spear, try to close him out fast. Super goalie active, but Zamzi, it's just not enough, man. We've got like twice your catch, and then some. Yeah. No, it's definitely been a busy day. For me in terms of content creation. So yeah, I think this is like the third or fourth Blitzball game. And I'm a huge liar. I said I wasn't gonna use Aurochs Spear and I started using it a bunch. So a sneak peek for those of you watching this video. We might have a video on defeating Bahamut earlier than you're supposed to be able to in Final Fantasy 3. But I need to figure out like how to do it. I think so I did a video some time ago about Geoskino and how you can't actually defeat Geoskino when you first meet them without the effective cheats, because no matter how much damage you do to them, it gets reduced to 0. So I auto battled Bahamut in Final Fantasy 3 with cheats. And basically the way that fight goes is you always deal 1 damage. Bahamut has like 34,000 HP. You always deal 1 damage, and then he insta-kills you. But I made it so that I didn't lose any health. But I still dealt 1 damage to him. I calculated every minute I would do 20 damage to him. Because that's how long the game took to fight. And I left it running for like 30 hours. Well, no, over 30 hours. And I think I calculated at around the 30-hour mark, he should have been dead, but he was not dead. So I want to make a video on that, but I need to find a way to kill him. So I think in general, something we can take away at least for Final Fantasy 3 DS Remake, Bahamut has a similar mechanic to Geoskino. You can't kill him. And the only other way to kill him would be another cheat. Kind of how you can kill Geoskino with Eraser. Because its design is literally, its function is literally to kill everything. But you can't with, you know, with damage. So I think Bahamut's the same way. So we'll have to find an Eraser. I think I can do it in the Pixel Remaster, actually. But I can't do it in the 3D Remake. I'll need to look into it. I haven't looked into it too much. But that's like a little bit of a sneak peek of what's coming. I kind of promised that stuff though too, where I'd already said one of the things we're actually going to be looking at making and everything, and you know, is the can you defeat bosses that you're not supposed to be able to defeat? And Bahamut's one of them. Leviathan from Final Fantasy 3 is one of them, and then Geoskino's one of them, and who else is? I mean, we did like fights that weren't bosses. We did the Water Flan and Raldo in 10. I can't think of anyone else we did that wasn't a boss, or that was a boss. Sorry. Seymour doesn't really count because he reduces, like, he does die and then moves on to a second stage of the fight, right? But when he summons Anima. But yeah, like, that's one of the things we're doing. And one of the things that's helped me is I'm playing through the series, so I've been able to kind of very easily mark that stuff. Like, I'll be playing through a game and realize, like, oh, like, there's a boss here and I can't beat him, so, you know, like, let's make a video on this. Which I need to, it's the 30th right now. I actually need to record some Final Fantasy V. I have some final things I gotta do there. But yeah, Josu learned Tackle Slip. Letty level 52, more HP attack, block, shoot. Keepa level 25, more HP endurance, catch. Keepa and Bada still don't have 5 tech slots. That's how low of a level they are. It's kind of ridiculous. And then get rid of Wither Pass. And we'll see Wither Shot. Yeah, for those of you who are fans of my Let's Plays, those aren't ending. I took way too long of a break from them. I recorded an 11-hour video, and then I was trying to figure out what I was going to record next. I think I might need to continue grinding. I'm not really sure yet. We'll have to see. But I think I need to master all the jobs at the very least, because I'm not level 99 or anything. I need to master all the jobs in Final Fantasy V and then try to face like a super boss and see if I get my like butt kicked. And if I do, then like adjust and all that stuff. But Let's Plays definitely aren't going away. They're going to transfer over to streams. So I'm hopeful to do a stream here pretty soon. Not to set myself up for failure, but in general, the goal is, if you're watching this video, a stream should have already happened. Because, again, it's the 30th today, so I want to stream tomorrow, I think. I think it'll be fun. I got to do Final Fantasy VI, and then got to figure it out beyond that. I also, I mean, I'm not going to record this, but just so I, like, get the full experience of the series, I think I also got to watch a YouTube show called Final Fantasy V Legends of the Crystals. It's not a YouTube show. It's a movie that got uploaded to YouTube. So I got to watch that. That'll be kind of fun. Like, I'm trying to consume all the content. You know what I should do, and I'll do this after this. I should post how I'm following the series, because someone made a Reddit post of like every single chronological piece of content for Final Fantasy. I should post that on my Discord or something, and just kind of like showcase, like, this is what it is, this is what I'm following, you know, all that stuff. It's kind of exciting. It's fun. It's been really eye-opening to a large degree with all this stuff too, because before I would argue I'm more of like a modern Final Fantasy player. Like I started with 10. Well, technically I started with 9. Then I played 10 as a kid mostly, and then 12, and then 13, and you know, I played 7 of course, and like 15. I mean, that's going way in the future, but like in general, I would argue that is like the modern Final Fantasy era. So I've been kind of going back, and I started with 1. I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 after years, Tactics, 5. So it's been kind of nice to kind of go through and play a lot of those original games. It's funny too, because depending on the versions I play, I do time skip a lot. Like I'll play Final Fantasy 1 and 2, and then the 3 remake, which is like not really, you know, they didn't release the DS one immediately after Final Fantasy 2. That's not how that actually worked. They just eventually made another version. So, yeah, it would have been more authentic if I started with the NES and then like just really started going from there. But I was like, I didn't really see the need to do that. Although arguably I could have. I think that's a more authentic journey, to like play them like chronologically. The first release of the content chronologically would be kind of fun. And it's tough because it's not really something you can do again. Like, if you've never played the game, you can't just unplay the game. Like, your first experience is always going to be like those remakes as opposed to the original systems. But I was kind of, like I said, I was kind of okay with that going into it. Like, I always knew I was going to be, I'm playing like a remake of it, so obviously this is not what it looked like when it got released, you know. But it's the same story and everything, and generally I think the same mechanics. But yeah, no, it's been fun, and we'll be finishing up 5 here, hopefully pretty soon. I feel weird about uploading 5 content and then streaming 6 before the 5 content premieres. You know what I mean? I think it'll be fine. I think it'd be weirder if I was playing through like Final Fantasy X, and before I like recorded the last episode, I started uploading like 10-2. Like that would be weird. That's like, what are you doing, guy? Like you literally have not finished with 5 or with the previous game. So I don't think it'll be too bad. Hoping for a good turnout on the stream. It's been a while since I've streamed. But in general, what I've always reflected upon was I think pre-recording it is not the best format. And that's why I had the poll where I was like, what do you guys think? Like, what does the channel think? Because I think doing a stream is better for, like, just communication and stuff. The main thing that made me like want to go that route is I always felt bad when people would like bring up like, oh, have you like tried this? And I was like, oh man, like I record like 7 episodes in the future, so like whenever you comment on it, like I'm 7 hours ahead, and I feel bad because like I think it would be more fun for everyone if like it was real time, you know? But yeah, that's my rant about Final Fantasy VI while I'm actively playing Blitzball. But yeah, we 8-0 the Ronso Fangs. Looks like we are going to be taking on the Albed Sykes again. So yeah, because they win 1-0 against the Beast. I mean, they're not scoring a lot. Both the games have been 1-0s, but technically they won. So yeah. Alright, well thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.